wasn't speeding. The pavement was dry. No car pulled out in front of him. His tires were brand new. Yet, he still found himself in the guardrail. Why? The crash you just saw isn't a lack of skill. It's not a hardware failure either. This is a hidden evolutionary glitch carried in the brains of 80% of the motorcycle riders watching this video right now. We call it neurological riding blindness. Most riders think riding a motorcycle is a mechanical skill. Release the clutch, open the throttle, shift gears. You're wrong. Riding a motorcycle is a constant state of war with millions of years of evolutionary instincts, with that lizard brain inside your head. Today, we aren't just listing those 8 beginner mistakes that could end your riding career, and maybe your life. Unlike other videos on YouTube, I'm not just going to tell you, don't do this and move on. I'm going to scientifically prove to you why your brain is sabotaging you, and more importantly, I'm going to give you the antidote drills you need to break these deadly reflexes. If you want to survive by calculation and not just by luck, put your helmet on. We are about to format your brain. Number 1. The biggest killer in the motorcycle world, target fixation. When you are on a bike and you see a danger, like a pothole in the road or a guardrail in a corner, your brain's decision center, the prefrontal cortex, goes offline. Control is seized by the brain's primitive fear center, the amygdala. The amygdala has one single job: do not lose sight of the threat. This mechanism, evolved to keep you alive, turns into the thing that kills you on a motorcycle. Your eyes lock onto the threat, your body tenses up, and your bike, due to the laws of physics, goes exactly where you are looking, right into the heart of the danger. So, saying, "Don't look there," is as useless as telling someone, "Don't be scared." You cannot fight your biology. You have to hack it. So, how do we overcome the amygdala crisis? Not by using your eyes, but by using your head. Here is the drill you are going to do in a parking lot this weekend. The chin-to-shoulder drill. Just looking at the corner exit with your eyes isn't enough. In a moment of panic, your eyes will snap back to the obstacle. However, if you physically turn your chin until it touches your shoulder, your neck muscles and inner ear balance send a much stronger signal to your brain. This is our direction. So what are we going to do? What kind of training is this? Draw a figure 8 in a wide open space. Before you start the turn, physically touch your chin to the shoulder in the direction you are going. Repeat this so many times that a layer of myelin forms in your brain for this specific movement. Remember, you cannot think during a crash. You only fall back on the reflexes you have trained. Number 2. Failing to understand counter-steering. Or worse, thinking you understand it. Most beginner-level riders think that if you turn the handlebars to the right, the bike will go to the right. Below 12 miles per hour, they're right. But the moment you pass 20 miles per hour, the rules of the universe change. Gyroscopic precession kicks in. This isn't magic, it's physics. If you apply a force to a spinning mass, the wheel, the reaction occurs 90 degrees later. What does this mean? To turn right, you must push the right handlebar forward. Yes, you are turning the wheel left, but the bike leans right. Your brain will resist this, because it seems illogical. When you are drifting wide in a corner during a panic, your instinct will want to turn the handlebars into the turn. If you do that, the bike will stand up and you will run off the road. Knowing this intellectually won't save you. You must embed it into your muscle memory. The drill. On a straight and empty road, while going 30 to 40 miles per hour, do a slalom, but not with your body weight, only with your hands. Push right, bike leans right. Push left, bike leans left. Say this out loud to yourself. Push and lean. Are you in a corner and it's tightening up? Push more. Did you panic? Push more. The only thing that changes the motorcycle's direction is this pressure you apply to the handlebars. Number 3. Rear brake dependency and the high side catastrophe. A bad habit from riding bicycles. If I grab the front brake, I'll flip over. Because of this myth, thousands of riders are afraid to use the front brake, which provides 70 to 80% of your stopping power. The scientific reality is this: dynamic weight transfer. The moment you brake, the motorcycle's weight shifts forward. The front tire presses into the ground and traction increases. The rear tire gets lighter. What happens if you brake on a tire that is getting lighter? It locks up. A locked rear wheel will slide you out in a corner, a low side, or worse, it will suddenly regain traction and catapult you like a trebuchet. But pay attention. I am not saying only use the front brake. Here is the difference in this video. Nuance. At low speeds while maneuvering, the rear brake is your balance bar. It stabilizes the gyro effect. But for stopping, the front brake is king. The drill. In a moment of panic, your hand wants to grab the brake suddenly like a claw. Lizard brain response. We must train this. Imagine you are holding a lemon in your hand. First contact. Feel the lemon peel. Let the suspension compress. Squeeze. Start getting the juice out. Increase brake pressure. Full power. Squeeze out all the juice. Maximum braking. You must fit these 3 stages into 1 second, but without skipping the sequence. Practice progressive hard braking in a parking lot at 20, 30, and 45 miles per hour. Recognize the dive feeling of the front suspension and learn to love. Number 4. The throttle is not an on-off switch. It is a rheostat. Most rookie riders experience whiskey throttle. This means when the bike reacts suddenly, the body is thrown backward. When the body goes back, the hand pulls the throttle more. The bike accelerates more. This is a vicious cycle, and it usually ends in a wall. The problem isn't sensitivity. The problem is biomechanics. If you hold the throttle like a tennis racket, when your wrist drops, the throttle opens. The correct grip is the ice cream cone grip. The drill. When you get on the bike, drop your wrist down before you grab the throttle. Grip the throttle so that when it is completely closed, your wrist is flat, not up. This way, to go full throttle, you have to drop your elbow. This physical barrier prevents involuntary throttle inputs, and whiskey throttle crashes 100% of the time. Number 5. Using the clutch only to shift gears. Look, if you are under 12 miles per hour, the throttle is your enemy. The engine runs jerky. The chain slaps. At low speed, the boss is the friction zone. The clutch is your manual traction control system. It is a valve that adjusts exactly, to the millimeter, how much engine power gets transferred to the rear wheel. Most riders do the duck walk, dragging their feet on the ground, at lights or in heavy traffic. This is embarrassing and unstable. The drill. This is the hardest drill. Your goal is not to go fast, but to go as slow as possible. Hold the throttle steady. Revs will be a little high. Lightly press the rear brake and do not take your foot off it. Adjust your speed only by opening and closing the clutch, millimeter by millimeter. Can you ride at 3 miles per hour without putting your feet down? If you can do this, you become the master of the bike in those tense moments in traffic. Number 6. The "he saw me" assumption. No, he didn't see you. Even if you made eye contact, he didn't see you. The reason for this is neurological again. We have a filter in our brains called the RAS, Reticular Activating System. This filter only lets important data through to the brain. What does the average car driver look for? Other cars, trucks, buses. You? You are just visual noise in the background. There is also a phenomenon called saccadic masking. When a driver turns their head left and right, their eyes don't pan like a camera. They jump like photo frames, saccades, and you might land right in the blind spot between those two frames. The drill: as you approach an intersection, if there is a chance a car might pull out, don't stay static in your lane. Gently weave, zigzag. The human eye is extremely sensitive to lateral motion. It's a trait left over from our hunter-gatherer ancestors. Spot the prey moving in the bushes. When you come straight on, you just grow in size, looming, which is hard to perceive. But if you move side to side, you pierce the driver's RAS filter and trigger the alert. Hey, there is something moving over there. Number 7. Blindly trusting electronic aids. A BS, traction control, cornering ABS. These are great technologies, but they are a safety net, not a skill replacement. If you learn braking by just mashing the lever until ABS kicks in, you are suffering from skill atrophy. Your brain forgets precise braking. One day when you get on a bike without electronics, or if the system fails, you will crash in the first corner. Advice: I'm not saying turn the system off, but ride as if the system isn't there. Make it smooth. If ABS kicks in, don't celebrate. Say, I made a mistake, the system saved me, and correct yourself. Number 8. The I'm just going to the store lie. Physics doesn't care where you are going. When your speed doubles, friction energy quadruples. When you fall at 30 miles per hour, the friction effect on the asphalt is the same as pressing your body against an industrial belt sander. A normal pair of jeans melts in 0.6 seconds. In the remaining seconds, what melts is your skin, your muscles, and your bones. We call this the cheese grater effect. And believe me, you do not want to meet the wire brushes used to treat road rash. Mental drill: every time you get on the bike, don't think, what if I crash? Think, I am going to crash today. Am I ready for it? Dress for the slide, not for the ride. Riding a motorcycle is not dangerous. What is dangerous is our brain's default settings, which are not suitable for this activity. What you learned today: turning your chin to hack your amygdala, pushing the handlebar to manage the gyroscopic effect, squeezing the brake to manage weight transfer. But watching isn't enough. Neurons don't connect by watching, they connect by doing. Your homework: after you close this video, do not go out into traffic. Go to an empty parking lot and do that chin to shoulder movement until you look stupid at least 50 times. Because when that moment comes, when you enter that corner faster than you expected, the thing that saves you won't be my words in this video. It will be the sweat you dropped in that parking lot. Ride safe, ride smart.